But my next guest up tonight, you seen him on the Artie Lang Show, Howard Stern Show, Opie and Anthony, the Today Show, and every other show that would have him. Let's give him a late night welcome for the Reverend Bob Levy.
AC/DC, baby. Good to see you.
Gotta love AC/DC, right?
You got it, man. Hey, that guy that bended something, that was amazing, man. I wish you could bend your collar back to 1976.
Well, this is 1977.
No, it looks good because it's Christmas time, and it basically, if you had it tucked in, it wouldn't look good.
I'm so confused. So how's it going, buddy?
Good, man. It's good to be back on Staten Island.
I was going to say, born and raised.
Born in Brooklyn, Great Hills, 10308 for life.
You've been in the comedy scene for the last 25 years, from Atlantic City to Vegas.
Yeah, everywhere.
Now, what's going on these days with you? You got a new podcast, you got a new documentary coming out.
Yeah, we're doing a podcast documentary with Kevin Smith. Everyone knows Kevin, Artie Lang, Anthony Cumia, all the big names. We're going to be doing it, and it's showing what's going to take over, because regular radio you can't listen to anymore. It's the same songs over and over.
100%.
And yeah, so this gives you an opportunity to listen anytime you want. So it's a great thing.
Well, you know what it is? There's too many commercials on the radio these days.
Exactly. Everybody is killing TV because people fast forward through it. So commercial people are like, why am I going to pay if people are going to fast forward through it now?
No, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Now, listen, what I want to know, talk about your days. How was it working on the Howard Stern Show? The good parts and maybe the bad parts.
It was great. I mean, look, he was somebody I looked up to, you know what I mean? I mean, basically, you know, one of the reasons I got into comedy from listening to him, and also, you know, one of you guys that work here, Frankie D'Augusto.
Sound guy.
Yeah, hung out in bars with him, and my job at the bar was to make fun of new people that came in, so they would fight us.
Really?
So yeah, that was it, and that's how I got into comedy, and then listening to Howard.
So were you a bartender, or were you just a regular?
No, I was just a guy that sat there that was very good at busting chops. So it worked.
That's great. Now, one of your past co-workers, Jackie the Joke Man, he's the one who named you the Reverend, right?
Yes.
Why don't you tell us a story about that? Because that's kind of funny.
Well, the first time I went up, everything went great. You know, when you start at the beginning, you don't know. It's like you don't know any night at all anyway. It's new. I mean, you're trying to make people that you don't know laugh. So the first time went great. The second time, I ate it big time, and they were totally offended, the audience. And he goes, hey, how about a hand for the Reverend, you know, as a goof. And it just stuck. And now, you know, then I was headlining after 2 years, and I'm like, this is a pretty good job, man. Beat selling pot by the schoolyard.
That's for sure. I hear you.
Yeah.
I grew up with a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
That you also co-hosted on Howard 101, right?
Yeah, no, I had my own show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miserable Men.
Miserable Men, right?
Yeah, it was a real good show. It was just basically about, you know, everything that upsets you, anything you want to talk about to get off your chest, you can call in, and we were the experts. So if you needed advice from us, you were really messed up.
Hey, listen, there's something for everybody out there.
Well, that's what it is. If you can laugh and every day, you're gonna be happy. You know what I mean? If you wake up with a smile on your face, and if you go to sleep with a smile on your face, there's nothing better than it, you know?
No, I hear you.
Then you have to clean up in the morning.
Now, why don't you talk about when you were working in Philadelphia on the radio stations out there? That was like 2008?
Oh, that was with Kid Chris. It was just like Chris has this mind of how to do radio and how to get away with the words on regular radio, and we would get away with them until they figured them out, and then we change them around to something else. But it was such a great show, and the fan base was great, and then same thing in San Antonio. And to me, he's one of the best radio guys, and that was the most fun I probably ever had on radio.
I think Danny Bonaducci, wasn't he doing a radio show down there too?
For a short time.
For a short time, right?
He's more of an act than anything, you know?
Danny Partridge.
Hey, what do you got?
I love the Partridge Family.
Hey, man, that was porn back then.
Yo, that was.
What's her name, that girl?
Lori Partridge?
Oh, man.
She was hot.
Believe me.
And then she did some like soft porn like years later on
Did she really?
one movie when she went topless. I forgot what it was. I was still a young kid, but I watched it anyway.
Yeah, of course you did.
I was like 12 years old.
I was waiting for Thelma from Good Times to do it, but, you know, she was hot.
I ran into Thelma a couple of years ago.
Did you really?
At the Chiller convention.
Wow.
Another one we're going to get on the show. I got a business card home. She looks good. She looks really. They had the whole cast of Good Times there. Jimmy Walker, they were all there.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy Walker was at the car wash I was at. He works there now.
Now or no?
No.
I was going to say, poor Jimmy.
Yeah, he's doing good.
He was great back in the day.
Oh, you know, that was one of the funniest shows. I mean, I was watching today, Married with Children, and there was no shows like that. The writing on that show was amazing. They can never get away. Like, I mean, it was the one with Sam Kinison was on, and he was showing Al Bundy what life would be without him from A Wonderful Life, and everybody's life was better without him, and it was the greatest thing. And Sam Kinison was like, "You're a loser. It doesn't matter. They're doing so much better." And all the kids were proper and everything. And Kelly was smart. But the writing, when you look at it and you look at the shows today, it's the same thing over and over. Everything right now on TV is basically a ripoff of The Honeymooners. It's the fat guy with the beautiful wife. Yeah. You know, come
100%.
on. You got to be
Kings
able to let new people in and write and you know, change it a little bit. I mean, I watch a little TV. That's it.
Same thing with the music business. It's like, what's happening to society today?
Well, music was going to make a spin around soon. We're going to try to bring back rock. My son's band is doing it, and it's gonna happen. We got big people behind it that work with Hendrix, Janis Joplin, the Ramones, Joan Jett.
Your kid is very talented. You know what I mean?
No, the whole band is. Billy Thoden, one of the best guitar players at 14 you'll ever see in your life. I mean, they do Voodoo Child.
Yeah, I'm still waiting. I want to see that. If he does Voodoo Child, then he's on his...
It's amazing to see these kids do it. And we're basically going to be... there's a song that they have. It's about the troops, right? Mm-hmm. About them coming home. And basically, I hit up I go, can you hook me up with one of the, the organizations? No, the organizations, you know. And I said, I want to give you half the money from the song. Mm-hmm. And I showed them the song, grown men crying, going, this is our song. And they go, would you do something even further and come and, like, you know, make awareness of what's going on to us and that, because they need a voice. Nobody sticks up for them.
No, 100%.
You don't know any vets around you that live around you. We're going to change everything. We got a guide dog, not a guide dog. The guide dog is for the blind people. These are service dogs. They charge them $20,000 to $40,000 for these. I got a guy that's doing it for $4 grand.
Wow.
So we do a few shows, boom, people get their guide dog, because people are afraid to come out of their house. You don't know what they go through.
What they went through, exactly.
Yeah, and
Traumatic
they come back
stress.
to what? They come back to, hey, screw you. You know what I mean? We're going to cut your money. We're going to do this. Not going to happen anymore. We're going to take it back.
I dig it, right? Come on. They're the real heroes. When did you just come back tonight? The Artie Lang show, right?
Artie Lang show I just did today, and it was probably the most crazy, fun, I didn't know what the hell was going on show we ever did, and it should be up tonight on the net.
I'm a big fan of Artie Lang.
He's a great guy and a great talent, man.
And who else was with you tonight?
I had Louis Twitchell Santani, who was on MTV's True Life, I Have Tourette's. Uh-huh. And Mike Bichetti, Staten Islander.
Mike was on the show.
Yeah, I love Mike.
You know what? Mike.
And Stacy Prushman.
Oh, she was there too, another guest on the show.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Stacy's a sweetheart.
Yes, she is.
Mike, I got to say, Mike got over 50,000 hits from just being on this show.
Well, that was him at home, just keep replaying it.
It probably was.
He's a great guy, man, and you know, we're trying to, you know, today was a show where we were trying to say, you could do, you know what I mean, instead of coming back, people always go, just forget about it. No, you don't forget about it. You fight for everything. You don't give up. You
No.
know, I never give up. No matter what, you just land on your feet and keep going. No matter what happens. No
Listen,
matter
this
something
is the
bad
school of
comes.
hard knocks, right? You
Hey,
get
look, man,
knocked
I grew up
down.
in Staten Island. That's what it is. I know how it is to be tough. This is the toughest place I grew up in. When I grew up in my era, would you say? It was a tough place, you know. And you
Yeah.
can ask Frankie. His brother Dave was a guy, you know, maybe your height without the collar, but he would be able to beat up bounces that would start with him. And it was just it was like the craziest thing living here. But you know, it was like we got out of it, you know, and
Yeah.
now I'm clean.
Only the strong survive.
Well, that's what it is, or somebody that gets married 3 times and moves to Jersey.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
back in the day, every town had a gang.
Yeah,
Every
well,
town had. You'd think we
It
were
was
the
a town
Bay
against
boys.
a town. Yeah, you would have Bay Boys, also known as the Gay Boys. But we were great kills. We sounded rough.
That's it. He's
We
gonna,
were
he's gonna
rough.
get bagged tonight once he goes home and he watches that TV.
What, teabag? No.
You know, I always wanted to be on the Artie Lang show. Hopefully one day
You know what?
we can make that happen.
I'll bring you in there with me.
That'd
You know
be-
what I
that'd be a
mean? Because
beautiful-
I know you want to go on there. And like I was telling him, I got to go do. I got to do a show. I got to do a show. I got to go do it. And he go, explain it to me. And I go, I'm supposed to be there. I got to go. And but no, I'm going to talk to him afterward. He's one of the.
He's a funny guy.
Do any? Yeah. Not only is he a funny guy, he's an everyday guy, and he'll do anything for his friends. Like that's the way I grew up too. You have to. You know what I mean? The main thing is you have to take care of your friends. You have to be good to people. If they stab you in the back, they're done.
Yeah,
You just
exactly.
get rid of them. And once you weed out the
bad energy, yeah.
life is easy, man.
He's good friends with a good acquaintance of mine, Ace Frehley from KISS.
Okay.
Yeah. What about the rising with the Reverend Bob Levy? Is that now?
No, that's gone.
Okay.
That's on my fan page. I
right.
moved it over to the Reverend Bob Levy. But the whole thing is, I have Beauty and the Beast with Sahari. Sahari.
See, I didn't know what that was. I thought it was just a
No,
skit.
she's a Cuban girl, Spitfire from.
That's the one I was listening to today, right?
Yes, with Miami.
She's going to kick your ass?
Well, yeah.
She's funny.
She's funny, and she's beautiful, and she's on, Telemundo. She wants to make it on TV out here. She'll be moving out here.
All right, good.
So it's fun. And then we do my show with John Kensel and Joe Conti on Radio Misfits. We're all on now.com.
Yeah, RadioMisfits.com.
Check out.
the
It's
Bob
fun.
Levy
You
Show.
can listen to it anytime you want, and we really don't care what we say. And
You've
we
been
have a good
very
time.
low key tonight. I thought we had all the bleeping all ready for you.
No, you see, I can do this. I know how to work
You're
clean.
nutty like that.
What do you think? I'm gonna fucking curse? No, really. I know what I'm doing.
I heard our executive from CTV and Time Warner Farrell see this Bob Levy. You got to watch out for him. Just be ready with the
People
beef,
always
beef,
say
beef,
that in
beef,
this
beef.
business. They don't, because they hear something. They hear something. You know this business.
No, it's cool. I was looking forward to you cursing a little, but that's all right.
Go yourself.
All right. Well, Bob, it's always a pleasure. And I definitely want you to get your son's band on the show. In
You
the future.
definitely. It's a pleasure to be here, man. I'm so glad I made it through the car fire to get here.
Yeah, it's
I was
true.
going to stop and help people, but I had to get here.
We've been trying to get Bob on for the last 2 years. Finally made it.
No, I told you.
I know you're busy.
When things really fall apart for me, I'll be here. No, I'm kidding.
No, that's all right.
Love you.
It's all good.
You know I love you, brother.
All right, everybody. The Reverend Bob Levy.
Thank you, guys.
Order in my studio. All right, the Reverend Bob Levy. Check out his new podcast. Go on his Facebook. All the information is there.